Sounds about right.
Hello, and yeah, that does sound about right, you jerk. Jerkity jerk. This is Dan is someone, aka Dan. Sir Dan is someone. And on the line with me right now, I've got Blake from the Help from Future Self podcast. Say hello, Blake.
What's going on, everyone? You may know me as Boulevard Paper Fight on the channels.
Also that. All right, so yeah, me and Blake played a game. I think it was last week, kind of late last week. We played a series, two-game series, and I took the first one and I lost the second one. The deck I was playing was my new Oppenheimer of Kissing Well Pantry. It's not super new at this point. I've had it for a little while on the TTS. I played quite a few games with it. Super cool deck. Just to kind of go through right now really quick. Brobnar Shadows. I mean, the main highlights here are triple Exhume, triple Ronnie with a too much to protect. So you have all of the Amber control, a lot more Amber control than the 10 really gives it credit for, because you can just keep recurring Ronnies to still more Amber, which is pretty sweet. Then yeah, Brobnar package. Whoa. Excuse me. All right. Hey. So Brobnar package, double Ganger Chieftain, which is really nice. Don't have the Jummerknot, which is unfortunate, but do have the Flex with double Groggins, which is usually pretty good for about 4 Amber, especially if you clear the battlefield and then drop a Groggins Ganger Flex. Feels pretty good. Sound the Horns actually does a lot of work in the deck. This card allows me to fill up my discard, so my Exhume has more targets to hit. And yeah, this lineup's solid. The triple Exhume, Anguish to make keys cost even more to make Ronnie hit even harder. Charette, couple Dust Imps, Grekking. It's a super fun card that is like my first Grekking deck. And yeah, when he comes out, he gets Grecked. Yeah, I don't know. What are your takeaways from this deck? Looking at it, having faced it a few times now.
Do you want me to go over my deck as well that we're going against?
Sure.
Well, let's go over your deck first. Yeah, it had. I mean, you told me what it was before I played it, so I knew that there was a triple Ronnie and triple Exhume, which is obviously you're just looking to get those Ronnies out and then into the discard as fast as possible so you can future Exhume them when need be. So I kind of knew that, and so I did play around that a little bit, where I was looking to not attack your Ronnies at like all costs, basically, because I knew once they went into your discard, you basically had tricks up your sleeve to recur them. I did enjoy seeing the Brobnar. I thought it was really strong in it, and that's I guess the house that in a way you would think you'd overlook, but it actually provided a lot of power and a lot of I guess board control and answers. That
Whoa.
Whoa, that was weird.
Is there is there somebody else that just joined? What's going on here?
No,
Oh, is it playing through your
the
TV? Mute your TV, noob.
no, it was my phone. It's good now. That was trippy. I was like, whoa, what just happened there?
I was like,
Okay.
we're our
Anyways,
help from past selves.
yeah, exactly. And yeah, so it was a fun deck, and I think the first game I I didn't know as I like because I knew what was in it to a degree, but I was not expecting the Brobnar to be what it was, and so as a result, that basically created the situation where I was just like caught off guard. In the second one, I kind of understood some things more, so I kind of played I guess around it rather than into it as much.
Nice. Really quick, thank you XO73D, the man that hooked me up with my MGKANS deck. Thanks for the follow, man, and thank you for the deck. That is hitting the mail today, so maybe I'll have it before the end of the week, which would be sweet. Got the sleeves picked out for it and everything. All right, so your deck, really quick. What's the name of your deck? See if I
And
can
is
find
the
it.
talented Samantha,
Talented Samantha.
and it is a Logos Sanctum Shadows lineup
Yep.
that is super fun.
So this was your
It
sealed deck that you pulled a win out with, an XO.
Yeah, this was my Survivor sealed deck, and I
Nice.
took down a tournament with it. It was my number two spot. It's a
So,
super fun deck.
yep.
Sorry,
Yeah, no, main highlights were burning
main highlights. So for me, the main highlights in this was in Logos was getting the Jar Google out and then using Entropic Swirl to essentially trigger Jar Google right away in House Cheat. And then in ideal situation, having it next to Archimedes so when it gets archived, and then you just rinse and repeat basically. And then from the Sanctum lineup, I was looking to get Maruk the Mark with double protect the weaks on it, and then swing once,
Yep.
and um, and then basically just have fun with that. So that was a good one. And then obviously having Hadroth's Wall caused
Yeah.
problems because my flank creatures, and I think that will come into play when we discuss the game. Um, and then in the Shadows lineup, I just was looking for my Bren the Fanatic with a Life for a Life was the ideal thing. I could also use Entropic Swirl to trigger Brend. So
Yeah,
those
which
were
is pretty
my kind of
gross.
highlights of what I was looking for.
All of
Yeah.
a sudden he gains 2 because Brand is doubled. He's an elf thief, so he gains 1 from that, plus another 3 to go up 4. That is gross play. All right, let's get it started here. We'll see how this works with that. That'll sit on that, so that's good. And
Now that I know what you have in it, I can actually play like a proper game of Keyforge.
I rolled a 4. So I'll just mute us down a little bit. We'll kind of need some of that volume
Where's the
to
dice?
tell what's going on.
Oh, there it is.
It's right
I'm
there.
not
And
gonna
like,
lie, it weirded me out when I looked at the screen and you had suddenly changed clothes.
One, you're up first.
quick change artist. Best of luck to you, sir.
You as
No.
well, man.
So, all right. Here's my opening hand. We'll pause it right here. I've got a Tremor, Yancey Gang, Schuler. I believe that's a Banish, a Bingle Bang Bang, a Gargantus Scrapper, and a Dusk Chronicles as my opening 7. My thought here with this deck is I don't have my Exhumes or my Ronnies yet. Like, mainly I just don't want to hit my Exhumes too soon. I'd rather hit those a little bit later after I kind of fill up the discard. Having those early are kind of like self chains. So I kind of liked this hand for that reason.
Hey Dan, just to give you a heads up,
Yeah,
I'm on a delay seeing what you're seeing.
super. Well, I've paused it, so it should be caught up. I'm unpausing now. So I'm debating this. Starting plays, I'm kind of thinking
Oh
maybe.
wait, hold up. I
Sure,
see what's going on here now.
it's weird. Maybe I shouldn't. I'd pause
Okay,
the. Yeah, I'd pause
yeah,
the
I can
meeting.
fast forward through the stream.
No, it's fine. You can fast forward through the stream.
Yeah,
No, I'm gonna
I'm just getting myself to where we are.
2-2-2-1.
So what's your opening hand right now that you have?
So the
With one of
Tremor
those
Yancey
being a
Gang.
miasma, which you always want to see in your first hand.
Oh, definitely great opening. Yep, and you just let me know
Yeah.
that you had miasma in your opening hand there. So you're reshuffling. I decided to keep. The 2 plays I'm kind of thinking of are Gargantus Scrapper
So many like ways to put.
to then follow up with a Bingle Bang Bang into Tremor on turn 2 and Reap with Gargantus Scrapper. I think that was my thought
One
in
or two in
keeping
your
this
opening
hand.
hand, you shouldn't mulligan it because
We'll see
you
if I
got
actually
lucky
play through
basically.
that way. Yep. So he's an alpha dude. He's super annoying, but this sets me up to get 1 amber plus stun whatever
All
stuff
right,
you
this is
play
what
out
we
on
got.
your first turn. Any
All right.
qualms with that play? Welcome other viewers.
Uh, not really.
Seems okay, right? Like the hand is okay. It was kind of sets myself up in a weird 2-2-2 hand. It's probably kind of unfortunate, but like I said, I don't really want to mulligan into like 2 exhumes in my starting hand. So a shrewd
Opening play.
buyer talked me down $1.
Yeah,
Gargantus is
sorry, dude.
so
I'm having trouble
bad. Like, why
seeing
would they even
this
make
the same way
like
you
that?
are. It's coming up completely different from what you're describing to me.
It's definitely not great.
So I'm gonna go
Are you li I
Archimedes.
keep pausing it every now and again. I don't know.
I'm able to like
Backup
fast forward
copy,
completely through the video is the problem.
Oh, you're actually watching. You're not watching my live
and
Twitch
then
stream, dude.
Director of ZYX. Go ahead.
Oh, well then.
Hello, One Star
Somehow
Peeps. Watch the actual live
somehow
stream that's happening right now, and then just
All right,
comment over the top of
there we
it.
go.
All right.
LOL.
It's
For
funny.
those of you not familiar with mine and Dan's relationship, I'm a complete noob with this stuff, as he constantly tells me, and you're now getting to see the evidence of that.
Yep. So turn 2, I did follow up with my Brobnar Bingle Bang Bang into a Tremor to stun both your dudes. Gonna reap once with the Gargantus Scrapper, and then get to draw 2 more cards. So my play is working. I'm locking down your board for the turn. And so
And
I
Alex
feel
has joined us.
Alex has
What's
joined us.
up?
Hey, welcome, sir.
Hey.
All right. So I'll pause it right. Well, no, we'll let it play out. So Blake, on your side, you've got a couple of stunned Logos dudes. I just drew into a 4 dis hand, which is pretty
I will
sweet.
archive the top card of my deck.
But I drew one of my exhumes already, and I have nothing in my graveyard to exhume, so you are archiving a card for the director.
Yes.
So fun. Yep. Yeah, the director did work for you.
Yeah, director
And
puts in
then
work.
I'll start off with a Eureka.
So into the Eureka, so I'm wishing I had a Ronnie right now as you jump up to 4 amber all of a sudden. Flip those cards over. But that's making my
Go ahead.
disc turn a little bit better because my Schuler is now live. There you are, sir. So I
Ooh,
think
you
I'm
took a good one.
considering Schuler, Streak.
And then I'll just remove the stuns.
Sure. All right, so here's a good pause. So this is your hand, this is what you're looking at. What's the play here? What should have I had done? Or what should I do with 4 discards in hand, 2 Shadows cards, and 2 Brobnar cards on board?
Well, you don't have anything that's an exhume target, do you?
I have 0 exhume targets right now, and I'm not opposed to chaining myself for 1 turn with the exhume, just because I
I mean,
know.
I feel like it's worth it in this deck, and I've done
Yeah,
that before too.
yeah.
I think you just get card draw is what you do. Banish
So you don't.
I guess you banish the Archimedes.
Yep. Alex,
And
concur?
You know, I'm really tempted to just play the exhume. Because are you really gonna? The question I ask about holding exhume is, do I really want to go dis next turn? And the answer is probably not.
So on my side of the board here, though, I've got 2 Shadows cards in hand. I have 3 Ronnies in the deck. So if I draw one of the Ronnies with Shadows into this next turn after drawing, let's see, it'll be 3 cards. I play 3 cards out of hand, draw 3 more cards, right? 6, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd
it's
probably hit a Ronnie, so then I go Ronnie, Yancey, and set up another disc turn the following turn is kind of my mindset there.
yeah. It's just like I always go for what's gonna maximize future turns. Like even though you lose the potential of exhuming a Ronnie, I think you gain like, hey, I can go Brobnar sooner, and that might be relevant. And I mean the amber, just gaining the amber sooner, just being able to put yourself on check sooner. I mean, I think holding it 1 turn is reasonable, but I wouldn't hold it more than 1 turn.
yeah, I see what you're saying because I mean, if you are gonna be dumping all of your discards this turn, then that means next turn there's no way that you're gonna probably be calling dis again unless you have a crazy draw. So your odds are basically a little bit lesser of having dis again.
Yeah. And I also might have considered banishing Director because it's more meaningful immediately. You have Brobnar guys on board, which means you probably actually can deal with the
Archimedes.
Archimedes, thank you, whatever that guy's name is.
Yeah, I think you might be right actually. But
So,
I guess we Archimedes has almost become like a semi boogeyman in a way where you see it, you kind of want to deal with it right away.
Yeah,
I think it
you
has
get
that
scared.
mentality.
It's like a hunting witch. You see it, and you're like, I'm gonna get punished if I don't remove this. But I don't think that Archimedes is at the level of like hunting witch. It's like you can probably leave it up a couple turns, and even if they do archive one guy, it's not that big a deal.
Yeah, I would agree with that statement.
all right. So Blake gets his free archive again off Director. I drew into my... Whoa, that's a really loud something going on there.
Sorry about that. Dropped my headphones.
I draw into a few more Shadows cards, so my exhume ploy works, but I did draw another exhume, so...
Alright.
Let's see what Blake goes with this turn. What are you thinking on the other side there, Blake, as you're looking at my board across from you?
Play a bod, capturing two.
I have to see my hand to know that, but I'm guessing I have
Play
a
bod,
half decent Sanctum lineup in my hand, and it's just full,
play
and that's
protect
what
the
I'm
weak
trying
on
to
bod.
start dealing with right now. I don't even know what I'm putting down there. Oh, too much to protect it, or I think.
Protect the
Or,
weak.
I mean, yeah, protect the weak. That's what I meant.
Not sure
Something with
play.
protect in the name.
Yep. Yep. Dropped a wall.
And
Dropped
then
a
I'm gonna
protect the
play
weak.
free markets to get.
And then free markets for 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Free
Yeah.
markets for 3 to put
Oh,
you to
man.
6.
Virtuous, if virtuous works.
Yep.
Yeah, basically.
Yep. So you're in check, but I've got more than
I
enough
just
tools
dropped
right
5,
now.
right?
I feel like at this moment, this is when the Hadros wall started posing the questions.
Yeah. So I mean, so
If I remember, because I remember you talking about it in the game, like, oh, that Hadros wall. I think because you want to get rid of Director, you want to get rid of that, but now they're a little bit
bigger.
higher
Yeah.
targets. Yeah.
Yeah, because like if I could go Brobnar and Bingle into him to pop him, that would be great, but that's not actually going to work. But I also don't want to let you forge because you're at 6 right now. So I mean, I'm pretty sure I just went Shadows here and threw out all of my Shadows cards because I feel like that's what you should be doing right about now. Anybody?
There's
Yeah.
also the comment from one star peeps 5-star games. He said maybe you could just justify dis the next turn if they are likely to play a 5-power guy to crash the Schuler into to exhume, basically,
Yeah.
which doesn't make sense. So this
Yeah.
turn you could basically put me off by exhuming your Schuler.
Yeah, Schuler runs into Abad, and then Streak maybe just runs into Abad too to get my Amber back, plus steal one from you and keep you off check, and still hold one Exhume, perhaps. It's maybe it's a line. I don't know if I love that line, but yeah. Alex, what do you think here?
I think I like the Shadows line. I do like the kind of trickiness of that diss line, but I think ultimately you want to be doing something a little bit more impactful than that. And I like establishing Yancey Gang, getting a Ronnie out there to hopefully kill off. I'm considering. I would consider even putting like Bone Rot Venom on my own Ronnie,
Yeah,
just
that has
just
happened.
to like kill him sooner. But you're probably putting Bone Rot on Oblade or the Director, either one.
I feel like I did Director because Abade has 2 armor right now with his Protect the Weak.
Oh yeah,
So it does
that'd be terrible.
absolutely nothing
I
to him.
can't remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do like that idea of the Ronnie with the bonnet venom. I think that's a cool play.
Yeah, so I'm looking through here, like I hate having my Amber thrown away, but at the same time in this deck, I'm just mostly stealing Amber from my opponent anyways, so if he's gonna burn my own
Which house are you
Amber,
calling? Or are you still deciding that?
still deciding. So I'm still trying to choose how I'm gonna run around this. Kind of not do the saucy thing. I mean, you're not forging a key this next turn either way.
Oh,
Letting you know that no matter what I do,
that's presumptuous.
I have 2 houses that say no to your forge this turn. I think I will go. God, that 2 armor is so annoying. All right, we'll go Shadows, Dusk Chronicles. So lead with the Chronicles, see what I draw. Nothing awesome.
The flex.
Let's put you over here. Put that over there to give some extra insulation to Streak. Boner up the Director. And drop a Yancey. Pass. Trying 3.
See, now at this point I'm kind of thinking that that
Right,
what
so our
Alex
Chronicles
said
are in my
is
deck.
a little bit more valuable here, because now you're stuck with these 2 exhumes that you can't really use. And so if you had used one earlier with the Schuler, your hand would have one more card potentially because you would have had the Schuler out, and you would actually have stolen one more Ember from me at that point.
So the time he said it, though, I didn't have any. It would have just been being played for the Ember. Like
You
I
just
wouldn't.
played Schuler, right? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I wouldn't have played it on the same turn. Like it wouldn't.
So I'm gonna
It would have
start off
returned
with a
nothing
sucker
if I would have
punch on
played it
just
then.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So I don't know. I think it's this is one of those rare situations where Exhume is not really helping you. It's kind of clogging you up just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, look at it because your hand. I mean, even
then we'll go with the whistling darts.
let's see what I want to see what the next card you draw is after this turn.
Sure.
See how impactful one more card would have really been. But it feels like, I mean, this hand is looking a little bit rough, to be honest. And I'm interested to see how much of an impact it would have made to draw one more card.
Yep.
Yeah, because like right now looking at it, it's almost like your next play is
This is
you
where
just
the,
go
the
dis and
challenge
you
comes in.
slam
How
Schuler
do
into
this?
something, get it in the yard, and then you almost just pitch both your Exhumes
Then
for
I play
almost and just bring back Streak even
Perplexing.
to affect my hand,
Let's see, I
even though that
forget what
feels
you-
kind of bad.
To
I think you hit one
discard
of
a
my
card at random.
Exhumes here. Or no, you hit my first blood, which
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bummer. The first blood is
Discard a
actually.
card.
I
It's
was
pretty good.
considering
Yeah.
a Brobnar line
Yeah, no,
because I
there's
was just like
definitely.
letting the key go.
Well, I can use the first blood damage too to pop one of my Ronnies to then give me an Exhume play the next turn too. I could get rid of Director and I think a Ronnie because it would have been 4 damage.
I don't really want to do this, but I foresee there being problems if I don't. So I'm gonna go life for a life.
Saucy. Here.
Yeah, getting rid of the director.
Did I just life for a life? Yeah, I did. That was the one play for me that I was kind of like, I'm not sure about this one, but
That's my turn. I'm in check.
let's get rid of the
At
Yancey.
8.
This is again where my thought process was is don't touch
Am I at
Ronnie.
9 now?
Just let him sit there.
Oh, yeah.
That's smart. I mean,
At 9?
I have kind of discovered from playing this deck against you, Dan. I mean, really, the best thing to do is just ignore Ronnie if you can. Not even
Right.
don't put him in the
Yeah.
discard pile. Stun him. I like stunning him.
Or if anything, make him like even more hard to kill.
Yeah, protect him.
Yeah,
You put your own upgrades on him. Just keep
exactly.
Him
All right, so what are you guys thinking here? I've got a 5-card hand. Got 2 Brobnar creatures out. I can drop a Groggins and a Flex, but I mean, neither one of those cards really do anything right now. The Bingo Bang Bang doesn't actually hit anything. Yeah, One Star Peep says he was always afraid to kill Dust Pixies in Coda as well for the same thing for regrowth.
Yeah.
Don't want to give him a regrowth target. Yep. No. So Ronnie, the new Dust Pixie, it's just he gets his Amber from you instead of the general pile.
Yeah, and it's essentially, even if it is just one, that's still basically a 2-ember swing at the end of the day.
All right.
It's,
So
if anything, almost more powerful.
what are we thinking here? What's the line I should be taking with this hand?
It kind of looks Brobnar to me just because you're going to get to see more cards. And I mean, because I mean, you could use the flex the flex gains you Ember, right? That's the one.
So it's only going to give me 2 if I put
But
it
I mean, that's
on,
all you need though,
or
because you
1.
just you get 2 and then reap with the other, and you're in check. So that's kind of how I think I would
maybe it
play
only
it.
gets me 1 because this one's 3 and it rounds down, so it literally does nothing here. It'd have to be 4 to get me 2 Amber, and this guy's the 3 power, so this is like the wrong time
I'm
for Flex. Flex needs Ginger, Chieftain, Groggins with an empty board to really be
I think
sweet.
this might be then Schuler smashing into Abad, and then you exhume Schuler, and maybe the Yancey gang as well, because there's no point holding them at this point anymore. And you're going to still draw 3 cards off that, so that's kind of my thought process on it.
Yeah, I agree with that. I like
have to do
the
that.
dis line. The Brobnar line is just looking a little weak. The dis line gets you to check. It gets you right. Yeah, you should get there. And then I'm considering honestly bringing back Streak, just because like I feel like you need to like slow him down a little bit. Anything you can do to kind of like prolong the game a bit might be in your favor.
The other thought that I just had, which I'm not, it doesn't help in terms of controlling what I'm doing, but it's the idea of going shadows and going hidden stash for the flex,
So bad when you're
and then keeping that aside because you know you have Groggins
Yeah,
at some
it is.
point, which is going to give you 4 Ember, and then you can go Ronnie into a bod, so that's gone now. It doesn't put you in check or anything. It kind of is like you're relinquishing the key no matter what that way, and you're getting less cards out of. Well, I guess you're still getting the same amount of cards out of your hand doing that play,
Yes.
but it gives you your Ronnie target next turn, which doesn't exactly help huge based on the Ember you currently see. But it just gives you the flexibility of having a Brobnar turn in the future, where then you can pull flex later, and you have that 8 power to get the 4 Ember. There's just always that thought process, but I don't think it's as efficient as going with the display that Alex just said.
Well, I accidentally went this play to go to 5 and just put it out there, and then debating on whether or not to keep flex, but decided just to pitch it and draw more cards. Sadly. So completely misread the situation, didn't put myself in check, and unfortunately gave up a key. Sadly.
Oh man, needed that too much to protect, like just a
turn
little
ago.
bit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I think he even commented when he went up to that much Ember, he's like, well, do you have the too much to protect this time? Because I had it the last game that I won, and it was kind of the turning point in the game where I just kind of, yeah, whittled him down with a TMTP and followed up with a Ronnie. So 1-star peeps liked the Shadows play greater than the display, greater than the Brobnar play, so I completely fouled that one.
Okay, debating some options here.
So yeah, so I'm still under check, but now, let's see here.
All right, I'm gonna go with Logos with Fila, Quantum Finger Trap.
It's back to 4.
Archimedes.
Draws a
Draw a
card.
card. There we go.
That's what you like to hear from your opponent.
That is what I'm talking about.
What was said? Because I can't hear it. I don't know if Alex can hear it
Oh.
either.
That's good.
You're
Oh
like,
yeah, no, I couldn't hear it.
oh,
Yeah, we can't hear what's being said on the stream.
Oh, gotcha. I turned it down a little bit. I can still hear it in my headphones.
Oops, that's awkward.
Can you hear it
There
now?
we go. Then we'll do a wild wormhole.
Ooh, so wild. So wormy. You did not pick it up. There you go.
Yeah.
Are you able to hear the talking now or not?
Oh,
And it is
still
a
can't.
gray rider.
I don't think.
How convenient. I'll put the gray rider right here.
So Jar Google will wild wormhole into a Grey Rider.
Nice.
Your bingo bang bang.
So
Oh,
Jar,
with this.
Jar Google gets all the
Person kills my jar Google.
Jar Google into Bingo Bang Bang,
so good.
Revealing.
and then I
Da-da-da-da-da.
accidentally put in the discard, and Dan
Minerals
says,
of
"What are you doing?
Poverty.
Put
I
it in your
gain 5.
archives."
Sure.
What was it?
And these
Oh yeah, and then it was the Oath of Poverty
Those are gone. You're
to
just
get
like,
rid of,
get rid
unfortunately,
of
the
those. I want
Hadros
to
Wall,
freaking
but
attack
still
that
gain
creature
a
right.
ton of Amber.
Hadros Walls.
And then I think this is where the too much to protect comes into play very nicely for you.
Yeah, no, it sets up for a nice sucker punch to get rid of Archimedes.
Go ahead, sir.
To too much to protect, but I still can't keep
I'm
you
in
off
check.
the key though. Yeah.
Bazinga.
You just bazinga'd me.
Hopefully you don't have too much to protect in hand, because that would be really sad.
And you just said, I hope you don't have too much to protect in hand, because that would be really sad.
The Jargoog, or not the Jargoog, sorry, the Archimedes.
Yeah. I mean, I like the Shadows play here. I think it has to be Shadows.
You have to do it, yeah.
Even though you don't take him off check, it's just
You do
Such
it
value.
you're falling so far behind if you don't.
What do you have?
Did
1,
you
2,
never
3,
flip
4.
your?
Yeah, you
You
got
never
4.
flipped your key there either, did you, Blake? Did you beat me 4-3 or 4-2? Oh, geez, where'd that Amber go? Did anybody else see that?
Yep, I took one.
Did you still away?
Did one fling off the
I
table?
think so.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like
Oh,
classic
That's
Dan
weird.
play.
There it is. It just showed up again. Okay. Somehow it flew off the table
I have 6.
and then
I'm
came
supposed to
back
have
onto
6.
the table.
Yeah, for those of you who end up
What's
playing
yours?
TTS with Dan, be aware he throws things off the
I'll
table.
take it. I throw things at people, not
Ronnie
off the
is going
table.
to run
At
into
people.
Gray Rider.
I just cheat. That's my thing.
Did I actually miss a key?
You going to
I don't
Grey
think
Rider
I did. I
Fun?
think you kept me off a key this whole time.
No, the turn I went Brobnar, I definitely did not prevent it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're at 2 keys.
Yeah, and there
Blake.
you flipped it. No, he's only at 1 so far. He's about
He's
to
at
get
1?
to 2
Oh, okay.
on this
Okay.
turn.
Oh yeah. I think I
That's
forgot to at the start, and you pointed it out.
Yep. All right, so I've got an Exhume and a Sucker Punch in Archives
Sorry,
now.
forward.
You do.
I have another Ronnie in hand. I have 2
Blake Kiss of Death up
Exhumes.
2
You're
keys
cutting
to
out
nothing.
heavy. I can barely hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I'm starting to feel good about my life again because I've got 2 keys worth of Amber,
Okay.
plus more Amber sitting on Abad.
I'm going to take my archives.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, who am I choosing? I should probably.
My hand's still a little weird, but I've got a Ronnie in graveyard. I've got the 2 Exhumes, so I mean I can Ronnie.
Okay, I'm going to call Shadows and take my archives.
Later, Alec.
Oh, my hand looks disgusting there.
Where is it?
Yeah, you drew
A
so many
Sucker
cards from
Punch
archives.
into Fatty.
That's
Boom.
why, honestly, I love the deck manipulation stat. I think
That's
it
why-
has a lot of value with like I think it's an underrated stat, to be honest, that people don't talk about
Then
it as
we'll
much,
follow
and I think
that
it can
with
provide a
a
lot of value,
miasma.
especially if you have something like a Dis or a Shadows lineup that can really come out of nowhere.
Yep, so he miasma'd me, so I'm not
Then
forging on this
we
next
will
turn.
discard a bad penny.
Mm-hmm.
Bad Penny hits the yard. A Bren
Discarding
comes
bad
in.
friendly like a pro.
Right. Give me
Draw a
that
card.
sweet Amber.
And here's Brend.
Yep.
Oh, nice. Then I discard the Sucker Punch I just drew.
Sure.
And I think is that life for life?
Yep.
No, you discarded another
Sucker
Sucker
Punch?
Punch. Yeah, you drew it
Right.
off of Fila.
Redlock. You keep thinking Redlock's Americans.
I know.
Red lock.
Silly me.
Into a red lock.
A Knuckles. I guess
Into
they
a
do have kind of the
Knuckles.
same sort of feel to them. All right. That's my turn. You've been miasma'd, sir. Go ahead.
Yep.
So he's only at 2 Amber. Where should I be going here? Oops. Oh no, that is not
I'm
good.
gonna start off.
My bad, guys. Like,
He's a go.
let's see.
Sadly.
You do have too much.
I do. Mm-hmm.
Wait, who?
All right.
Who
Sorry.
am I choosing?
All right.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, that's.
Oh,
that's
this is we're still behind a little bit. We're still behind. I accidentally clicked when I was trying to click pause. I clicked the wrong button. There we go. So what's my play here, guys? I'm miasma'd. I've got a Groggins out. They can only hit the 2 outside dudes. I've got a Sucker Punch in here and an Exhume. I don't know. Where should have I gone on this turn?
Oh man, this hand is rough.
Yeah, it doesn't help you late game. And you got the 2-2-2 lineup, which is always fun. So
Well, technically I have a 3-3-2 with the archive.
Yeah.
One
is
star
it a
peeps
Sucker
is
Punch in
saying
the archive?
Dis. There's a Sucker Punch and there's a Exhume in archives.
I feel like you go Dis. You pull your archives, you go Dis, you smash Schuler into something so it dies. You exhume one Schuler,
Well,
and
Exhume
then
Ronnie. You want to Exhume Ronnie, not Schuler.
well,
Schuler's not going to steal
well you have
anything.
two. You have two. Yeah, you're right. So I would even go with the display actually, unless you want to get the. I feel like you just go Ronnie and Sucker Punch something because you're getting an Ember, you're getting your Ronnie out to steal one, and then you have the potential to like somehow get rid of it in another way, basically.
One star peeps is on the Dis train. He wants to see that Dis turn come out, drop the Grekking, play an Exhume.
I mean, I feel like the Grekking's not helping you at this point, though.
Yeah, I actually think I'm tracking with Blake. Like, I think that right now what you have to be thinking about is
Yeah.
how do I win this game? And the only way to win is to set up a degenerate exhume turn. Because going dis here is too like you use up all your resources that are going to take Blake off check, and he's probably getting to check next turn. So you want to go Ronnie, get some cards out of your hand. You're on check. You don't need to gain any more amber. It doesn't really matter about gaining
the
amber. It's just
Keyforge
about
Magic Christmas
staying in the
lands.
game right now.
All
So I
right,
think
yeah, I
Shadows
guess we
does
go
that best. You, of course, get rid of
Roberts.
Sting and Sucker Punch something,
Just a second.
and
Did you
then
say
Ronnie.
Brobnar?
And
Yeah, I like that play too. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Groggins is gonna smash Abed.
Don't pick up your archives.
I could see that.
Oh,
I mean,
you
I
can't
could
do
definitely
that.
see that because then you
I
get
agree.
you get to
Yeah.
draw
Fair enough.
2
One more
cards.
card.
Yeah, one extra card.
I suppose that's
For sure, you're going to get to archive the Sucker Punch. The other thing is, though, that's one way, but I
So you
think
want
like you're
Brobnar?
obviously going to call dis the following turn potentially. So having that extra exhume isn't the worst thing.
Yeah.
That's just my thought on it. But I mean, you could very well not do it to see that extra card, but then next turn, like this, the way I think of it is, you know what you have right now with that. Where if you choose to not do that, the extra card you get may not be helpful at all. It could be Brobnar, which is going to really hurt you because you know you're not calling Brobnar in the next 2 turns. This is one of those decks that I feel like when you have a Dish Shadows lineup, sometimes whatever your third house is, it's an early game house, and you want to get that out of your hand and out of your deck as much as possible. So you're only pulling your Shadows and Dish late game, so you can start controlling things. That's something I've noticed with these Dish Shadows decks, especially when you have like a Ronnie Exhume lineup.
He does.
Well, yeah, especially like shadows, like just shadows, even Coda shadows, drawing your shadows late game seems so much better than getting it early game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You don't feel like you can lose when you're just drawing bait and switches, relentless whispers, miasmas to end the game. Too much to protect.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm really in the tank here. I thought I had a cool Groggins play to just smash Abad and just go up to all the amber, but then, it was correctly pointed out to me that Groggins only attacks the flanks.
So very strange.
So now I'm lost in thought, knowing that
Didn't I
this is
allow
a
you to
good
take
turn.
that back too?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
very strange. If I go shadows, that's not
So-
awesome. And that's already in my discard. That sucks.
That random sound you
I
hear is
feel
me
like that was so
sleeving,
bad,
just
but I'm
FYI.
getting rid of it myself.
All right, so I got my Ronnie in
The only way I
there.
could get rid of it would be
Got a Yancey.
a card that's already in my discard.
I was looking for a
Less than awesome.
banish. I think that was the card I was trying to look for, and it's already been used.
I don't know. We're just gonna go.
You're in a
with
bit of
some
a pickle here, I think.
tricky pickle.
Yeah, so I make the incorrect choice and go
Back up.
Brobnar. Whoops.
Yeah, let's do it that way. So Bramo to do 2.
So
Build
2 damage to
him.
Yeah, I really don't like Browner here.
And then reap with Groggins.
I mean, if you're doing it from the standpoint where I'm only at 2 Ember and it's just clogging your hand, and if you get it out,
Go.
which I think your gameplay what must have been, you're going to potentially just draw more into the houses you want to see right now, which could be one
Forge,
Is
I
that
do 2 damage.
instance, and maybe I try and interact with your board a little bit more.
Oh yeah. Brobner's gonna kill Brend.
Hello?
Yeah, what's up?
Your turn?
Which is exactly what happened. So you drew basically
Pass and see.
into what you wanted.
I'm gonna go logo.
Question mark
Question mark?
on your. We were just
I'm gonna
saying
start off with an
that
entropic swirl.
that maybe your thought process was getting Brobnar
Onto
out
my
of your
Brend.
hand because
So I
then you
gain
have the
2
ability
Ember plus I steal 3 from you.
potentially just draw stuff that you are going to call for next turn, so you can better have a decision
Yep.
on the Dish Shadows line.
Cool.
Yeah, and I still had
That
one
is one
Ronnie. I
of
still had one
the fun
Exhume.
combos. That and Jar
I don't
Google.
know. Like,
are
I
the
think I
2
just got
targets for
put off
entropic.
when when my Groggins play wasn't going to work. That was kind of sad. And then I just didn't want to gain too much Amber and I knew there wasn't anything in your deck that could punish me for the Amber gain. But I was just like, well, if I build up the board, then that gives me more options for maybe dealing with Abad or something like that going into the next turn if I had to call Brobnar again. But no, like the Shadows play I probably like a lot more, just getting the Ronnie out there. stealing one to give myself another option for setting up a potential exhume target, and my draw was pretty awful. Or the display, just to put Grecking out there, like Grecking.
Oh
I just
yeah.
I don't have any
One
way, like,
star peep.
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it would be funny with Grecking to kill your Brand to put it on my side, but I don't have anything that would actually kill the Brand on my side, so it would be a cool play, but wouldn't bear any fruit.
Because there's the one star peeps pointed out. He's like, I probably would have discarded the Brobnar, and he's right because as soon as you forge a key, yeah, you
And
kill
then I'm gonna play.
my Brand essentially. But I guess I did that myself
Yeah, you
with a
did.
life for
No, and
life.
I knew that that was a risk, but I figured that you're gonna have,
Oh,
like,
that's
I
gonna
knew
be
you had a
awkward.
couple of different cards in your deck that could get rid
Nice.
of it, so
Yep, you done did that.
And
4, 7.
then I'm gonna play a helper.
Sure. We have a really big archive here in a second.
yeah. This is about the point where I saw the writing on the wall since
And
since you not have enough cards. Like I can take you down 3 with an exhume for a
I'll reap
Ronnie,
with Fila.
and then exhume with Schuler. So I can push myself up a
4,
bunch.
6, 8.
I'm gonna play another Albad, capturing 3.
Yeah, and there's the second Abad comes out.
That was off the helper bot.
And that's my turn. I'm gonna check.
Just 5 forge. There's something that definitely happens. All of your dudes take 2.
So what's kind of funny is Helper Bot's not gonna die, Fila's not
Oh.
gonna die, or no, Fila. Let's see, or
Yeah,
maybe
what'd you
Fila
say?
dies.
Said all your dudes take 2.
Archimedes definitely dies, but Helper Bot
All my
doesn't
dudes
because
take
he's
2.
Oh no, Hadros Wall's gone. Never mind.
Yeah, this was I think
What?
where I archived a
So
bunch of stuff,
I
but it didn't
disconnected,
matter.
reconnected.
Yeah.
Bilgun
Um,
Avalanche says that all of your dudes take 2 damage.
Okay, so basically these 2 guys just archive, and then Archimedes dies, right?
Yeah, thanks to Abad living through it.
I guess that wasn't
It's not
so bad
too bad.
Nope.
Since Abad kind of broke that up. I thought I was going to give you more dudes than that.
Yeah.
So Abad takes 0 damage. Archimedes dies. Other dude. Your other Abad takes 1 damage. This guy takes
So
1.
what? I can't remember your Amber total here. You're at 4, 5,
Got
6,
2
7,
on
8.
him. He takes 0.
8. So I guess my only play here is the Exhume Ronnie, Exhume Schuler
Let's
to
see here. Do I have any way? Because you're at 8.
Yeah,
At 7, I had you.
I
Oh,
know.
I just missed
It's
it.
called the Ronnie play. Go
I
to
missed
8.
it. Dang it.
I know you used your too much to protect, so
Maybe
What
I
did
don't
you
have.
do?
Maybe I don't have a second Exhume. I thought I have a second Exhume in
Go
Archives.
there.
I
I
think you do.
Shred.
I'm pretty
I'm
sure I
pretty sure.
do. Maybe I just missed it. Maybe I could have
Shred
lived
would be
another
really
turn.
nice right about now.
Maybe you forgot about it, and
I just need a way.
Yeah, maybe I just
So
didn't.
close.
I didn't think
So
about the
far.
Schuler into Abad to finish off Schuler and to finish off
I had
Abad.
Ganger Chieftain in the discard. I think there's a chance, maybe.
No, I think I just missed it.
What do I
Gosh
have?
dang it.
Oh, I've got.
yeah, he said I think Hidden Stash put the exhume there. Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's 2 cards in there.
Oh shoot! Thank you.
Oh, you're searching now, so now we'll find out.
Yep,
That was
so
the
there
Yeah,
it
it
wrong button
is.
to
was.
click.
what did you click that made it go to
Obviously.
my hand?
Deal.
That would have
Oh,
been sad if you didn't
Draw instead
even.
of
You're just like, oh, I just
gotcha.
draw.
So it just evenly splits
gotta
Double
get
the.
that
up for
second
2
key at
cards.
least.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully I see it. I
8,
can't remember if I did
7.
see it or not,
Okay,
where I
no,
slammed
I
Schuler.
actually got this. All right, we're good.
Okay,
So
I
I'll
figured it
return
out.
my archives to my hand. I will
Who did you choose?
dis
Oh, okay.
exhume for an amber to search for and bring back a Ronnie Wrist Clocks, the man of the hour.
that happens, steal
So you
2.
got 2.
I get 2. So I'm up to 5. Play a Dust Imp. I swing with Schuler at this Abad.
Hey, look,
which
I got there,
kills
guys.
it and kills my Schuler. Yes.
did happen that way.
Phew.
Let me guess, you got another
I
exhume.
was worried
I
for you
get
for a
another
moment.
Exhume
I know, so
for
was
that
I.
Schuler.
Like, am I a noob?
Like, right.
You're questioning yourself for a moment there.
Steal. There's the 1 for that. Look at that. I've
Last
got a
one
whole
off
pile of
there.
amber again. I play an Overlord Grecking. All right. And we pass the turn with a check. So, got life. We're close. Let's see what I draw. See if I draw anything worthwhile. It's a spicy meatball. 4, draw 2. There we go. Double Ronnie. Just what you want to see in your hand at the end of a game like this. 3, 6.
Yep, you got it.
Well, I'm only
All right,
at
I
key
guess you
1.
don't got it. You just got this key, which
Just
is
confirming
thank
that I
goodness.
will forge
That
this
makes me
key.
feel better.
I mean,
Glad
you're
you feel
looking actually
better.
like in a pretty good spot. This kind of turned
I'm gonna go
around for you
Sanctum.
a little bit.
Yep. Let's see how I screwed up or
Gonna
how Blake.
reap with.
Yeah,
My
Maybe
master
just
stroke, you
one that
mean?
fell off there and put it in your pile.
Yeah.
Yep. So Blake
Shortcut.
goes to 6. Yeah, I can't remember. How do I lose it from here? It feels so good. I feel like I'm
And
in
I'm gonna
such a
play
good
a
spot.
Chell.
Sure. Like
A
that doesn't
Maruk the
scare me.
Ooh.
That's
I just
kind of
play?
scary. You played a Shall
Another
followed by a
Chell.
Maruk into another Chow. So all of
This
the
looks
taunts.
challenging.
Yeah.
Only you would make a joke like that. I'm gonna play take hostage.
I'm at 5 ember right now.
You're at 6. That put you to 7.
All right, go ahead.
I think I just do something crazy that puts it out of
Forge
reach. I feel
6.
like.
So I forward
Nope,
right to
that
my
was
second
it.
key. How much amber you got over there?
I'm at 7.
So I have to. So he's at 7. I mean, pretty much I have to go shadows, play a sucker punch. I
It
think
has
finish
no
this guy
effect.
off. What's that?
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, finished off red lock.
Finish off red lock, put it back into archives. Discard the sting because I mean, definitely don't want that right now. Play one Ronnie and not play the other Ronnie to prevent another to 7 forge.
Yeah, it's definitely right.
I think that's my play. That's my thinking.
And imagine you do. Yeah, this is where you
Oh
discarded this
man,
thing.
we didn't hit the Bilgum trigger on this one when I forged there. Good call, Reds. 1 star. Let's see if we actually did hit the. Remember the trigger for Bilgum?
Shadows, sucker
Nope,
punch.
sure didn't. We
You
missed the
did 2
trigger on
damage on him already.
Bilgum.
So I'm already going through my deck.
That would basically all that would happen would be no red lock, and
Play
a bod would have 1
Steal
damage.
2.
No damage because of
He's got
the
double,
armor.
Yeah.
Oh no,
What?
I think we did
Killed
actually
Ronnie.
because red lock has 2 damage
I
on it.
killed
What
this
did
Well,
you
no,
do?
he got hit the first time, but we didn't do it
How are you
again.
not
Like
hearing
he's
me?
still out there.
Right, so he should just be
Well,
gone. That's what it
yeah.
is.
Well, and I
Are we
killed him with
correcting that
sucker
right now?
punch.
No,
No, I
I
killed
get
him with
that.
sucker
What are you
punch.
talking about?
I played sucker
It
punch.
technically almost gave you an advantage.
Oh, where'd my sucker? Oh, sucker punch went back to archives. So this
You got to
guy
keep
Not
sucker
dies.
punch, which you wouldn't have.
I
And
mean,
then I played
keeping
Ronnie,
sucker punch wasn't
number
like a
2.
big deal at this
Steal
point.
2
Like
from you.
the 2 there to, I could have sucker
discard the
punched your
sting.
Abad. I don't know if that does anything.
And I played an Umbra.
It's 2 armor, so I don't think so.
Yep.
Well, it goes
I'm up
2
with you now.
armor, so
And
but
then
then
I
the punch
pass
or
at
the sucker
7.
punch will do 2 to him, and then Ronnie could have ran into him for another.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Drawing
I'm
4.
at 7. Did I not reap with my Ronnie either?
Did
I
you?
really do that?
I guess you didn't rape with Ronnie.
Yeah, looks like I didn't.
All right.
Yeah, you must have not reaped with
Is the
Ronnie.
third card in here again? Oh yes. Okay.
Let's see if that cost me the game.
So I'm gonna go Sanctum.
Yep.
Putting Protect the Weak on Maruk the Mark.
Sure. Yeah, if I had a reap there, crap, I would have got it. Gosh, dang it. Dan. Oh
Your
my
kingdom
goodness.
for an amber.
Into an amber. There you go.
Oh, foiled by my own stupidity.
Um,
I just went too
these guys
fast.
are being assholes. And then I'm going to swing
You're
the
right.
Maruk.
Cause you kill my Umbra. Oh my goodness.
And I capture 2. That's exactly what happens.
Yep. Yep.
Did I do anything else to pull you off though?
No, just
Well, let
the
me look at your
Maruk
discs
protect the
very
weak
quickly.
play. Like, 'cause he didn't have 2 armor in my own defense, but yeah, not reaping with Ronnie there was so dumb. Like, there's no reason not
can't
to reap
do
with
Ron-
Ronnie there. I just forgot. I just plumb forgot. I snatched defeat from the jaws of victory.
I'm gonna go into your Belgium.
You killed that guy. Why'd you kill that guy?
Build them
Why wouldn't you
down,
kill
capture
Umbra?
2.
Then I'm going to reap for 3 and play an Oath of Poverty.
Umbra is the
for a
skirmish
total
one,
of 4.
right? Isn't
Yeah.
Umbra elusive? No,
No.
Umbra's
That would be my
elusive. You're
turn.
thinking of
No. He's just the skirmish dude.
Off him, that puts you at 3, 6.
maybe that's what I thought.
Maybe. Since you're thinking it again.
I think you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got so much amber there off
Yes, you
of
did
that
do it this time.
free markets, the second free markets
3,
that
6, 7.
it's
Only got
1,
5 cards
2,
left in the deck.
3,
My TMTP's already gone.
3. You got 3 with that.
Mark
Yeah.
is not worth.
Yep. So
Killing.
not reaping with Ronnie cost me the game because I can play Ronnie to
What
get
other
you
hoops can I
to.
jump through here? I don't think there are any hoops I can jump
Yeah.
through.
Yep. I missed a reap.
Go
I
disc,
missed a
killing
reap.
Maruk.
That is so disappointing. Come on, Dan.
Destroys it, brings it
You're
to
better
my
than
side,
this.
but I can't actually use him this turn.
That's
You-
seriously that cost me the game, not reaping with Ronnie.
You're
Like,
gonna wake up in the middle of the night
oh,
thinking about that one.
Our chieftain.
I mean, I am doing the
You know what?
SMH face right now. Like, this is so painful. Dan,
I do have
Dan,
the
you
other
had it.
Ronnie in hand.
You
I
had it,
came
you
back
moron.
in last turn.
This is what I would say about
Do that
like these
draw
AoA
is
decks
minus
is
5 right now.
there's so much more going on that I think maintaining, even missing triggers, maintaining
Ronnie
board
loves some
state,
win
things
stuff.
like that, I feel is a lot more complicated
Any of
since
this?
AoA
This
has
game?
come to.
Are you really not hearing me at all?
I can barely hear you, dude. You keep cutting in and out.
That's so weird.
And
Are you
here's what,
streaming still?
Oh yeah, he you know
I
what he
can't
was
hear you
saying
streaming.
because we missed. He's
Yeah.
right. No, you wouldn't have won
You hear me
because
better now?
we missed the
Yeah.
Belgium trigger, which would have
probably
caused
definitely
Maruk
put
to
my
capture
volume
2
down a little.
already, and we didn't do that.
No, you were cutting
Oh,
in
he would
and
only
out.
Yeah,
captured
he's
one
right.
that turn.
Okay.
I was
You
just
would have
saying if I
captured
played
one that
Ronnie
turn,
last
but then
turn,
you would have
the second
captured 2
Ronnie
this
I
turn.
had. Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
I
yeah,
win
yeah.
because you
That's
only got me
true.
down to 5.
Okay.
Yep. All right.
You,
Out of
you,
Oh.
you're
one
you're
half.
relieved. You're,
I'm
Yeah.
relieved.
Because you
So
played
I
protected.
actually did lose the game.
But we both get a game warning for not maintaining the game
Right.
state.
We sure
Yeah.
do. Next one, and we're out of the tournament of life. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't mess up any of that too badly. Like the one play where I went Brobnar that turn where I probably should have went Shadows or Dis. Like either of those houses were probably by far the better plays.
I think that Brobnar turn was the turn because I mean at the end it was the Belgium was what actually took you out of the game because the auto capturing that happened.
Well,
Um,
not so even before that one.
but even those
Or
that
was
didn't
that the
help
turn?
you
Yeah.
because as soon as you played that and not playing your other cards, I think that may have been the turning point in a way.
Well, and
Yeah.
I think the other turn, like, I mean, the turn that I didn't put myself in check when I could have probably hurt a lot too. Because I went to 5 that one turn where I went Brobnar instead of going to 6 with, I think, Shadows or Dis would have gotten me to 6. And I went with the one house that didn't put me in check, which is
Yeah.
unfortunate.
I think a lot too. I'm thinking. I keep thinking about the exhume play at the very beginning, and I actually like how long those exhumes sat in your hand and how hard it was to play them. I still feel like that would have been, you would have accelerated your card draw a lot by playing that one exhume.
Yeah, potentially. No, I guess that's something I need to look out for, and then just know that I have Sound the Horns in the deck that I can refresh the deck pretty quickly. I usually get through the deck. I don't think I actually got through the deck this game, and that's
No,
maybe because of holding those exhumes for too long. So
I was actually thinking about. I remember when I was playing, I was actually concerned about you going through your deck because of like too much to protect with that last free markets play. I know that was something that was on my mind. But I mean, I've had like last night I played a game with my double exhume with a Ronnie deck, the one that I played against you, Alex, with
Yeah.
that AoA deck. And I got a situation where I literally got rid of all three of my routine jobs within like the first 4 turns because they just came up and I had no way of archiving them and there was no point of holding them. I was like, you know what? I'm just
not
gonna go
lose it
faster
this
now
turn and
and just
swap
get
with
it
them
back
the
sooner.
last turn.
So I just switched my play from
So I didn't
doing
lose
that to just going
load it.
faster. I think I even got both my exhumes within like the first 5 turns. So I had both my routine jobs and both my exhumes, or at least one of them in the first like 4 or 5 turns, which is like not an ideal situation. But they were to great effect because my opponent was bursting pretty hard, so I got full value every time. But I mean, that's not something you want to see. Those are things you want to get, obviously, when it's the game's more on the line.
Yeah. I think I've seen this a lot with running my choice for Vault Tour Senbrow. It's just like that deck relies a lot on miasmas to close out the game. But even with that, I have to just play them out. I can't hold my miasmas or I'll just lose from like trying to get too much value, or even like, you know, like you said, Blake, sometimes I have a really heavy shadow steel in that deck, and if sometimes I just have to go like play out 2 urchins and a nerve blast to steal only one, just because it's better than them sitting in my hand for like 2 to 3 turns while I try to get the maximum value out of the steel.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's one of those things where you sometimes you figure out I don't know, it's just one of those things where that's why you need to play your deck a bunch of times because you're not going to figure these things out right away if you don't do that because you're going to get caught holding things sometimes. And I mean, obviously there is the whole early game, late game. When you're early game, you're trying to pitch things faster, and late game, you're more likely to hold things for a couple turns because you know that's when they're going to have the maximum value. And if you know that's the card you need, there's no point trying to search for it. It's in your hand, so you might as well just hold it because that's the whole reason why you would dump more anyways.
Yeah, and it's knowing the matchup too. It's like if I've like almost always if I have a handful of shadows, I'll mulligan it. But if I'm playing against a triple hunting witch, like dust, you know, bunch of dust pixies deck, I'll actually keep all my shadows because they're way more likely to actually burst up in the first couple of turns than probably a regular deck. So it's like like being able to look at the deck list, recognize, hey, they're gonna race, and then like kind of mulligan accordingly.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense.
Sweet. All right, thank you, gentlemen, for
Yeah, man.
coming on, and
Thank you.
yeah, that was fun. I'm not a complete failure. Like, deck drew weird, but maybe pitching that exhume early will be something I will consider more now since there are 3 exhumes. I don't need to be too precious about them. I'll draw more of them, and just getting through the deck is probably more important. So, yeah, lessons learned. That's what this is all about. So, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for dropping in and checking it out. And yeah,
Shout
I
out to
will.
1 Star Peeps for all the contributions
Yeah,
throughout.
Yeah,
definitely.
man.
Good comments. Appreciate it. All right. Finishing it so I can eat food before I'm supposed to be back to working again.
All right.
Later,
Check
guys.
you guys later.
See you guys
Bye.
later.